Okay, I'm gonna go with the mad scientist look here. Okay, this is a one. This was my son's shirt from, I don't know how well you can see it because I can't see very good, from boot camp. It's no longer called boot camp. The reason I'm wearing his shirt, he died serving his country, so I figure I'll wear his shirt. Okay, Tom's rant. Global warming. Okay. Now I know YouTube's going to put that little blue thing at the bottom of this. Ooh, for real facts, go to the bullshit government site or mad scientists or whatever. So, global warming, fact or myth? It is fact that the planet is going through a warming cycle. It has gone through warming cycles for thousands of years, all right? Now you're saying, ooh, mankind is causing it. The planet hasn't even warmed up 1 degree in the last 100 years, okay? But here's some facts that I would like explained. These climatologists, and a lot of them are probably these woke idiots, are all about, oh, man's causing it, the planet's going to be dead, we're going to wipe out mankind. What if mankind was wiped out? Where's the problem? Planet will survive. So they're all full of shit. Alright? I really believe that. Because the planet, the only way mankind is going to wipe out mankind is if there's like a China virus that's extremely deadly. And there's always going to be survivors. If you do the whole Bible thing, God wiped everybody out. You know, he flooded the planet. Okay? Is there enough ice on the planet to where if you thawed it out, everything would be underwater? No. So anyway, here's some facts for you. Okay. This past year, 2022, everybody, all these climatologists, okay, all these climatologists were like, oh, hurricanes are worse, storms are worse. This was last year, because this is 23 now. Last year, there's a cat. Last year was the shortest hurricane season on record. So if mankind is causing this global warming, all you heard was, oh, the storms are getting worse, the hurricanes are becoming more and more frequent. Then why was last year the shortest on record? Answer. Come on. You can't. 1978. Okay? They did a whole global disaster, weather changing thing in 1978. Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek, Spock, narrated it, and they claimed if we didn't do something, we were going to be in an ice age. What happened? Where'd the ice age go? It never hit. What the hell? But climatologists said we're going to go into an ice age, but we didn't. Okay? Can't blame Leonard Nimoy for that. He was just narrating the BS. Okay. Here's another one for you. There's a 9,000-year-old village settlement off of Israel. Under water. Okay? 9,000 years old. It's been underwater for thousands of years. So if mankind is causing global warming, then why is it you got a village that's been underwater for thousands of years? Mankind didn't cause that. The planet slowly warmed up and it buried it. There are some settlements where earthquakes, sank them, but that's not the case here. So please explain to me how there's a 9,000-year-old village that's underwater when mankind is causing global warming and it's been underwater for thousands of years. They just discovered it in recent times, meaning it was just discovered. I don't have the date. Should have had the date. But anyway, it was discovered in the last few years. They found it. So if man's causing global warming, you're saying basically thousands and thousands of years ago? I don't know how long it's been underwater, they're not sure. So back then, mankind caused global warming to thaw everything out to bury this village? Huh. Well, that don't make any sense. And how about Ozzy the Iceman? Okay. 1991. Oh my God! The glaciers are melting! The glaciers are melting! Oh, what are we gonna do? We're all gonna drown! It didn't do anything. The glacier melted, okay, up in the Alps. They found Ozzy frozen. Okay, well, he was starting to thaw out because the glacier was melting. Oh my God, mankind. Here's a question for you. It was proven, these are facts. These aren't like scientists, like these climatologists saying, oh, look at all the facts. They cannot prove that mankind is causing any global warming. It's all theory, people. That is a fact. It's theory. They can't prove it. That's like trying to prove there's a God. You can't. So anyway, the guy died 5,300 years ago. That's 5,300 years ago he died. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on my math, but the Industrial Revolution really didn't start until the steam engines back in the 1800s. And this guy is 5,300 years old. Here's the situation. He was crossing over the Alps that were not covered by a glacier. Okay? It was green. It was warm. So he's climbing over the Swiss Alps. One of his foes that could have been chasing him or whatever shot him with an arrow, and he had an arrow stabbed at him. So he climbed down in a small crevice behind some boulders, and he died. Then a mini ice age hit, because at that time he started getting buried in snow. Okay? No animals dug him up and chowed on him. He was still in very good shape. He still had hair. He still had his little bag, still had food in it. You could still see the colors in the stuff that he wore. Okay? So point being, if mankind is causing global warming, how in the hell did this guy last 5,300 years under the ice before there was ice? So then the glacier slowly built. In glaciers, a lot of people don't know what happens. Glaciers move very slowly, okay? They carry everything with it. That's why if you got a huge boulder out in the middle of the woods, that was from a glacier carrying the boulder. So he was down in that crevice, so he stayed there as the snow built up and a glacier was formed and it passed over. Finally, the glacier melted 5,300 years later. And it's global warming. Mankind is destroying the planet. Bullshit. How do you figure that? This guy has been under the ice for 5,300 years. He was there before the glacier was there. Mankind did not cause that glacier to melt. It melted like it normally does. Global warming is a cycle of the planet. Okay. Also, okay, 900,000-year-old village, hurricane climate. There's another fact, scientific fact, okay? Mankind only puts 3% of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And you're like, whoa, that's bullshit. No, it's not. It's a scientific fact. Okay? These are facts. These aren't made up facts. These are actual, real scientific facts. They're not theories. Everything I've said is factual. The other thing, now here's something interesting. The first time they realized that carbon dioxide causes the temperature, mankind, wherever it comes from, it does cause a temperature. It acts as insulation, basically, is what happens. It was a female okay, that discovered carbon dioxide with retained heat. Her name was Eunice Newton Foote, okay? She discovered it in 1856 that carbon dioxide actually insulates. She did it through putting gases inside of glass testing tubes and took readings and what have you. She didn't get credit for it, but anyway, that's who actually discovered carbon dioxide causes the planet to insulate, okay? Now, all these global climatologists, what they don't take into account, if you think about this, to talk about, oh, man, you hated the idiot Governor Newsom, right? Oh, it's been a terrible drought out in California. Oh my God, global warming, global warming. Now that they're getting pounded with rain, he's out saying, oh my God, global warming is causing it to rain. What? So global warming, caused by man now, okay, was causing the drought, and now global warming is causing it to rain. Which is it? It's either causing the drought or it's causing the rain. Which is it? Now, weather patterns do change. It's part of the global process. You go back over millions of years, you gotta remember this planet's been around for over 1 billion years, they figure. Not sure how they figure that, you know, that's like nobody was around. When the dinosaurs were around, the whole freaking planet was hot. It had one continent, okay? Then the claim is that, final, leave her alone. The whole theory is a comet, meteor, whatever, smashed into the planet, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all these climatologists that are like, oh, mankind is destroying the planet, which is not happening. We don't have that ability. Even if we launched all the nuclear bombs in the entire world, what would happen? It would go into a nuclear winter. In other words, the debris that would be put in the air would cause an ice age. Would mankind survive? Probably. Mankind has survived all kinds of crap. Okay? But anyway, what these climatologists don't put in their facts, one, they don't use the facts that I just mentioned. The other thing that they don't put in the facts that you can't find, all the nuclear test bombs that were done back in the 40s and 50s, even in the 60s, why don't they include that in their climatologist stuff? Okay, yeah, man did cause those explosions, but that's not what they're saying. They're leaving that part out. They're just saying, oh, mankind, oh, this global, you know, carbon fuels and all that, even though it only puts 3% in the air. The ocean absorbs a certain amount of it, and that's how the planet cycles. All this stuff gets put in the ground through hundreds of thousands of years, you know, but the planet has gone through warming and cooling cycles without mankind's help. So why don't these climatologists that are all whining about mankind doing all this shit with, you know, electric cars and gas generators and all that, all the carbon fuels, why don't they include all the nuclear tests that were done? You realize how much pollutants and carbon dioxide that all those nuclear tests put in the air? Well, no, because if they say that, then the numbers won't look right. It's like, okay, well, all those nuclear bombs we did dumped, all those nuclear tests dumped more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere than mankind has done since the end of the nuclear tests. Okay? They put more in it than we're doing it with our gas cars, with our gas electricity. Oh, I got my lights on. Oh my God, I'm polluting. Oh no, bad, bad. Hey, I gotta see. I gotta heat my house. So, okay. The other thing they don't take into account, volcanoes. You have a volcano in Hawaii that's constantly erupting. You had Mount St. Helens here in the States when that erupted, why don't they talk about all the pollution or all the carbon dioxide that the volcano, look, the one that hit the Philippines? Why don't they tell you, well, okay, all those volcanoes put in millions and millions of tons of carbon dioxide in the air? Oh, well, see, if we told you that, then you would realize that mankind himself only adds 3% of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. They don't tell you that. Oh my God, the forest fires. Oh, run for your lives, global warming. No. Man is not responsible for lightning strikes. Every single year you have forest fires. Most of them are natural lightning strikes. Mankind isn't causing more lightning strikes. Oh, they're causing more storms. No, they're not. Prove it. There is no proof mankind is changing the weather. Because if mankind could change the weather, guess what? There wouldn't be droughts. You could turn a desert into a jungle, into a forest. We can't control the weather. So all those forest fires, every year California burns. Every year California has the rains. Every year California has mudslides. Oh my God, it's global warming. No, it's not. It's lightning strikes, you dumbasses. Mankind can't control lightning. That would be the ultimate weapon, though. If you could do that. Some of them are caused by morons lighting the fires. I wonder what would happen. Uh-oh, it's out of control. We better get the hell out of here. So a lot of forest fires are contributed to idiots that are burning them, that start campfires and it gets out of control. Or they just burn it to see how fast it'll spread. So every year there's forest fires. They're not getting any worse. Storms are not getting any worse. You go back and look at the hurricanes, okay? There's only been, since 1900, I had them, the phone reset. I had them in here. Anyway, I had a whole thing in here about hurricanes. Yes, in Popular Mechanics magazine, did a whole thing on mankind's destroying the planet, global warming, blah, 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 all the usual stuff. And if you actually was to read the article on it, you would think it was just published. It was published in 1912, shortly after the Industrial Revolution started. They were claiming that we were going to destroy the planet. Oh my God, oh my God. Nothing got destroyed. We're still here. Who would have thought? But anyway, hurricanes. I don't know what happened to my hurricanes. I had a whole thing on hurricanes in here. How disappointing. Well, that just sucks. I'll have to do one on hurricanes. But anyway, you look at the deadliest hurricanes throughout the last over 100 years. 2 of them, okay? Hurricanes are getting worse. Oh my God, global warming, mankind, oh, we're screwing the planet, hurricanes are getting worse. That's another myth. And you say, well, that can't be right. Yeah, it is. Look up on hurricanes. You will find that the deadliest hurricanes, meaning death of people. Now you could say, oh, well, that's because we have early warning systems now. No, that has nothing to do with it. The population of like Florida, Texas, areas that get hit by hurricanes, the population has dramatically increased over the last 100 years. So if hurricanes were getting worse, wouldn't And I'm not talking property damage. You can't say that. You can say, well, yeah, look, this hurricane caused $20 billion worth of damage. That's because there's more people in those areas building houses in the hurricane zones, right? That's why, money-wise, financial-wise, hurricanes are worse, because those areas used to be open areas. So now there's buildings there, so of course the buildings are going to get the shit knocked out of them. But anyway, deadliest, mankind losses. I need to do one just on hurricanes. All but 2 of them predated the Industrial Revolution, which started sometime in the 1800s with the steam engine, if you want to go back that far. To me, the Industrial Revolution really hit more in the 1900s with all the factories and all that stuff they were doing. So hurricanes have not gotten any worse. The deadliest hurricanes all took place, but 2 of them all took place before the 1900s. And before that, mankind really didn't dump very much into the atmosphere because there was no industrial revolution other than steam engines, so that was the start of it. So, you gotta throw that factor in there. So, I want all these climatologists to say, okay, well, wait a minute. What about all these volcanoes that are erupted? Are you accounting for that carbon dioxide that man has no control over? Forest fires, man has no control over that. Well, they would if they would clean up the forest. In California, all that dead growth, even in Arizona, you have all that dead growth, tumbleweed type things. Even when I was in Texas, in the military, the one base I was stationed at, a Strategic Air Command base, SAC base, DIAS, when the winds would blow, before the rains would hit, the base was out in the desert, okay? You know, global warming, oh man, we're destroying the planet. Oh wait, now it's raining. Oh no! So anyway, the fences on the perimeter would just be piled to the top of the fences with tumbleweeds, okay? Dried plants that die. After the rains hit, they grow, then they die. If California, Arizona, and places like that were allowed to clean all that dead brush up, guess what? There would be no fires out there, because you light it on fire, lightning strike lights it on fire. If there's nothing there to burn because they cleaned it up, guess what? The fire wouldn't go anywhere. So clean it up. That would help with the forest fires. Okay? So this whole, I'll probably do a series on these. That was just some of the, I wanted to keep it short. That was just some of the facts, and I encourage you to watch this more than once so you get all the facts I do happen to rattle on. But those are facts. Everything I just mentioned are facts. You know, with the volcanoes, with the nuclear bombs, with the planet fluctuating in temperature like it always has. It hasn't even gone up a degree in the last 100 years, but yet we're destroying the planet. It's natural evolution. You know, why do you think they're discovering all these new villages and settlements that have been covered for ice for all these years, and they're slowly discovering them? How do you think mankind populated the planet? There was ice, people. Ice connected all the way across. You could walk, well, I wouldn't recommend walking, but you could walk from here to Europe because of the ice, okay? Before man came along and started all this pollution caused by man, the ice naturally melted. That's what happens. There's many ice ages and then it thaws. It warms up, gets cold. Warms up, gets cold. So I personally do not believe that mankind is changing the atmosphere of the planet. Global warming is a fact, but it's a natural fact. Just the position of the Earth moving around the sun to tilt on its axis. That's why wintertime, we're actually close to the sun during winter, but it tips so much on its axis, we're not getting as much sun. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on, those are facts about the Iceman and all that. You have Alaska, they're like in a panic. Oh my God, permafrost is melting. That's what happens. The planet goes through natural temperature rises, temperature drops. It's going to get cold, we're going to have an ice age. Like Leonard Nimoy said, oh my God, we're going to have an ice age. Oh. Well, we weren't wrong. We just miscalculated when it was going to go into a deep freeze. Oops. So, yeah. These are facts. Watch this video more than once to get the facts, because I do rattle on. These are facts, even though they're going to put that little blue thing at the bottom. Oh, for real information, go to these government sites that state climatologist is real. I'm not saying it's not real. Absolutely, the planet gets warmer and then gets cold, gets warm and cold. That's natural. So, yeah, I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to start another one. So, anyway, if you want to subscribe, hit the little bell in the bottom right-hand corner, and I will be doing more videos just to annoy people. Especially the woke. I got a woke one coming up people aren't going to like. So anyway, hit the little bell, notification bell, let you know if I'm uploading videos. Okay? So anyway, thanks for watching.